How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're doing a City Skylines tutorial. This is going to be the medium version, half advanced, not beginner. This is for people that, if you watched my beginner tutorial, you can see kind of how we laid it out. It was on a nice open area with lots of land space. We're going to pick an area that's a little more difficult to start a city on, and we're going to try to work around it the best way possible. We're going to try to work around it the best way possible and see if we can make it work. So one thing you want to pay attention to for your suitable area for building is make sure you have a lot when you're first starting out, when you're new. That way you can build something grand and fantastic on it. In our beginner tutorial, we started off with Grand River, which I think is one of the best maps for beginners overall in the entire game. We're trying to stick to base game maps, but I think we're going to have to use some other ones for the more difficult ones later. But for now, we're going to hop over to Shady Strands. This gives us only half of the map to build on. We're going to start here. And this is also going to take us one step further by not building a lot of grids. We're still going to try to be as efficient as possible. With the grid style setup, I recommended going back later once you get your city established and like either declaring it a historical area or demoing it and creating another part of your city on top of it. What we're going to do is we're going to start building a city as if you just wanted to start from scratch and go. It's going to make money a little tighter to make the game run a little longer, but it should work out for the best. So here's our map. Here's how it works out. This is only giving us this little bit to work off of, which is just a sliver of land on the grand scheme of things, and we're going to make it work. So I told you guys that we weren't going to do a full grid, and we're not going to do a full grid. But one thing you want to keep in mind is that your industrial zone functions a lot better when there's structure. So our industrial zone is still going to be grid-like, but the rest of the city is not. So we're going to start off without any further ado. Let's go around. This is our interstate on and off. We're going to use the interstate to our advantage and make this our industrial zone. So we're gonna make this a tile. The last time we went to 2000, I think that's fine, but we're gonna have a sharp turn here and that's not good for traffic, so we're gonna go to 24 instead. And that should give us this tile here. This will start the industrial zone and we can build it just like this, moving forward for everyone to build off of. After that, we're gonna have a commercial area. The commercial area we're gonna surround the industrial with, that way it can kind of feed off of that energy and get the cars in and out of the city without too much trouble. And then as far as the residences are concerned, we're going to get a little fancy. We're going to come into these options here to the small roundabout, and we're going to build a nice, quiet neighborhood along the parts of this map here. Now, I delete parts and pieces of the road because I like to build my roundabouts a little connected to each other like this. And if we have those roads everywhere, it doesn't make for a fun time overall. So that's going to be some of our residences there. We might poke them out and curl them around like this, and then we can do this as well. Just trying to build something that would look a little more el natural if someone wanted to do one step further and build a special little residential zone that didn't look as basic as the start we had earlier. We'll do something like that. Looks like a Shy Guy from Super Mario Brothers. So we'll get this road connected to the industrial zone. Doesn't matter how it goes. The traffic's not going to come down here very much. This is only going to be for car traffic, as long as we keep the residences separated. We're going to go to our power, do the regular power water thing like we did before. There's our electricity. We're going to come over here to water, check our flow. We're going to pump from this side and waste from this side. Get our pipes going. Doesn't matter how our pipes look, it doesn't have to be beautiful, as long as it's functional. But the more we can encapsulate and cover, the better off we are in the end. So maybe what I'll do is I'll come across this way. We are getting a little short on funds already because we're fancy. We're being fancy. We're at 15,000. We've already built the power plant, so we're good there. We got to get power lines across. You always want to be mindful of what you need next. That way you can account for it and cover it in your city's expenses. So there's the power line. We're gonna come around. That's 660. This is gonna be another 1260. And that should start the growing of the city here. We're gonna zone the residential houses there first. So let's be mindful of how we place our zones. Industrial zone is gonna go here. Like I stated before, we're gonna cover these 2 tiles completely up. And then we're gonna come down here and we're gonna use the paintbrush tool, large brush, and we're gonna put houses all along here to begin with to get the power connected. And that should be how our city starts. So we're gonna hit go and we're gonna let it sprawl and let it take over. We went too fast. We're gonna go ×2 speed right here. Give people time to come in, get their feet wet. There's the power connection. So now we have power all the way over here with our residences. So we can start coloring a little more and get the houses to move in. And that'll curl around and make this entire zone nice and respectable. We want a lot of houses, so we're gonna zone this early. Our industrial zone is gonna be growing as well, so we'll pay attention to that. With the smaller area maps, your requirements for your milestones get lower. So on Grand River, it was 360 for the first milestone. For this one, it's 440. So this one's actually a lot heavier, which is not always the case. But I think for this one, it's not making an exception. It's being a bully to us. Let's grab the commercial. I'll put commercial on this side for now, right next to the water pump. That way it has power connected to it as well. We're losing a lot of money in the beginning. I forgot to turn the road budget down. We can kind of finagle with the power budget at this point. If you're feeling a little brave and you want to try this out, you can turn these budgets down until your city starts to complain. It'll save you a little bit of money, especially early game, and allow you to keep some of it in your pocket for future expansions. We are going to be building a bridge across here and building the city over here on this side as well, but this gives us a more non-traditional start. Bridges are expensive, so we're not going to build them just yet until we're making a positive income. And there goes the city. So now we have a power connection here. Once we get a power connection to the water pump, we're going to cut these power lines out. The reason why I like to eliminate power lines is because A, you cannot zone on top of them and houses cannot build on top of them. And B, if you are playing with Disasters DLC, if you got a thunderstorm, it'll cut your connection and you'll lose all of your progress that you have. And people will lose power and get angry and frustrated, and you don't want frustrated citizens because then that makes for a city decline. You don't want your city to decline because then you're going to have a bad time and then nobody wins. Nobody wins. I'm going to zone some more industrial here and here. We're kind of being a little forward with our zoning early because I want to make sure that we can get a power connection stable to get rid of the power lines. Eliminating power lines is a huge boon to any city builder. And if you can knock it out faster, someone just moved out there. That's the first time I've seen someone move out in a while. The faster you can make that happen, the better off everybody is. There comes some nice little condos, little townhouses, duplexes. Everyone's moving in. They love the waterfront. They don't like the big pump here, but they're gonna have to deal with that for now. You can always change these pump locations too in the future if you don't like exactly where it's heading to. City looks pretty good. We're almost making a positive income before taxes are getting involved, which is great. You always want to be hitting that. Double check your power and water. Make sure you don't need to up any of the numbers. We might be ready to start building a bridge. Gotta wait for a little more demand to happen. I'm gonna build some houses out here. We're gonna make a connection over here. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna come out here though, for sure. I'm gonna go straight road tool. We're just gonna come out like this. Do a little bit of that. I do want to make a connection here. We want redundancy. Redundancy helps connect traffic a little better for everyone involved. So if we do that, that works. And if I go freeform here and curl this around, that will work and connect there. That'll give us some more reach. So we can zone some more residential, of course. Gotta make sure we got water covered here as well. I'm not gonna go too far with the residential because we do have the industrial zone there. Make sure we buffer ourselves out with commercial to cover the smog and the stink. That way they don't complain. Double check our water system. We're completely watered through here, which is amazing. Good for me. Good foresight on my part. Saves us some money in the long run. We're making a positive income, so we're no longer having to worry about that happening to us. And we should be leveling up here in a little bit. Our growth is slow. I have to admit, building like this gives me a little bit of anxiety, because you kind of really hurt yourself as far as the size of houses are concerned. So this house right here is a 1x1 tile. You're only going to get one household out of this. So as time goes by, you're kind of hurting yourself on that front. The bigger houses get more households in it as time goes on and as they level up. Some of them hold up to 6, which is amazing. Like this building here holds 3 already. This is a 4x4. So you want to make sure that you make full use of your space as much as you can. City Skylines rewards you for that. We have a power connection, not quite to there. They don't have power, which is very odd. I can't really remedy that either. I can put a power line here. I guess that would do something to give them power. And so far, it's looking pretty nice. This is when you're building a city that you want to look pretty right from the get-go and save all of your grids and fanfare for later times. The cars are doing exactly what we want them to do. They're staying out of the residences unless they're people going to and from work. They don't need to come out here whatsoever, which keeps the traffic down, which keeps the noise down. This is a strategy to increase happiness in your city. We're on our way to turn the corner here to get 440 to get ourselves leveled up. Once we level up, we have access to taxes, and we'll be able to expand this half of the map here. I don't want to go this side yet. In order for us to go this side, I kind of want to build a 3-way interstate here to make the interchange come out just like it did here, and kind of repeat the process on this side. That way we have an in and an out, and the city kind of flows together. But we're not 100% there yet. Looks like we do have power connected, though, to the water pump. We do. So I can get rid of this power line right here altogether. That is electrical upkeep. We don't need it anymore. And all we gotta do is bridge a connection here or bridge it here, and we can get rid of this power line as well. We just hit little hamlets. We're gonna take care of our budget. With taxes at 12%, I can safely put all of our power and water budget back to 100%. If we're running day-night, you want it to do it to both. I would recommend using your electricity at 100% at night, though. That way they have access to lights, because they might complain. So we just got a nice paycheck there. We're gonna need schools. So we're gonna build a little school here. I enjoy these school skins a lot better because they look better. Take out the first loan. Gives us 20 grand. This gives us access to the first landfill. And it also gives us the first hospital. Now we can use this advantageous to connect the power connection for our city. We don't have that yet. I'm gonna put it right here, and that should help bridge that power connection, which means we can delete this power line. That's a little tip and trick you can use in your own city in the future. Now we have no more power lines in our city, and that is a good feeling, because the less power lines you have, the better off the city is going to run as default. So we got 20,000. We're kind of sitting a little idle at the moment. There's not really much of a demand. There's a demand for commercial, but we've got plenty of commercial moving in. I kind of want to go ahead and start expanding across the river. Bridges are expensive, so we're gonna put a bridge across here and see how it looks money-wise. $6,000. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we're gonna continue our trend of having our industrial zone be a square, be grid-like. And we're gonna make sure we duplicate it over here on this end. That way we kind of know what we're doing with our city. Now I added a gap there because I wanted this to be 3 tiles thick. I want to add another connection across. Maybe we'll come across here with the city for the residences. There's a $6,000 bridge. We only have 4,000 at the moment. So we'll wait for some more income. Do we have off-ramps for the interstate? Not yet. So we can't do anything with that. We just have to rely on the one connection. We can do a regular road off-ramp, on-ramp kind of deal, but that makes for a dangerous time, because the speed is atrocious for these roads, and these cars are not going to go very fast off the interstate. We could give it a shot, though, at least. just to keep the traffic from hitting us on the other end over there. We kind of go above the map or the road a little bit, so we're going to come across here, lead ourselves around, and run them into the interstate there. There's a very basic interchange that you can do with an interstate off-ramp. It usually looks a lot cleaner because those are more pliable in the grand scheme of things. But for now, we're just trying to make it work. So I can do this, come across. Uh-oh. Why can't I build there? I don't have enough money. Oh, we're broke. That's why. Okay. I thought for some reason the game was erroring out. Expansions are expensive. We need $1,000, so we'll let that be for now. At least in the meantime, traffic can get in and out. People are moving in. Education's on the rise. We got healthcare. We've got trash. City's looking pretty nice. But I do want to expand. We're going to put industrial here. We're going to have a thin road here for commercial. And then we're going to do more roundabouts for more residential to make it follow this suit, to have it look nice and natural. It keeps the traffic away from the cars too, or the houses. That way there's less noise pollution. If we have $1,000, we can finish this. We're going to build a road here for the commercial. Kind of right in the middle. Let's use straight road tool for this. We'll branch it out. We can use special districts and make it look nice if we wanted to. In and out with the money, huh? It says 1,200, but we weren't making it at the time. We do have a commercial demand. Let's put a little commercial here just to kind of stint the bleeding for now. Make the citizens a little bit happier. We could put some residences here too, that way more people can be coaxed to move into my city. Move in, guys. It's nice and pretty here. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Once we hit the second milestone, we'll speed the game up just a little bit because we can. And we'll try to get this area here built up. So we're cooking with gas here. We're doing pretty well. You can go with a gridded structure to start off if you want to, akin to how we did in the beginner tutorial. You can maximize your space for sure. We'd have plenty more people than we currently have. But this gives you freedom. This gives you artistic talent, artistic ability. You can kind of go however you want, build how you would like to, and you know, the city kind of has a nice little flow to it. It looks like something you would normally see IRL. You come off the interstate here, you drive around. Here's a landfill. Go into the industrial zone. You've got all your factories, and then you come over here and you got your gas stations and your bowling alleys and stuff. And then you come right. I'm gonna make that historic. You come right around the turn here, and here is your city, or your population. And all your little houses, a nice quiet neighborhood you can hear. Barely any road traffic, just birds chirping, people walking around, bicycles. And it's nice and peaceful. And if you look out, you can see the smokestacks in the background. This is your city skyline. This is how it begins. This is how your city grows. It's right next to the water too, so it's very, very picturesque, if you will. So we're gonna come down here. We're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. Grab these, demo the outliers, and keep going. Oh, we're out of money. Well, these things are expensive. They're 2,500 bucks a piece. I didn't expect that. That's ridiculous. Well, now I'm kind of scared. Do I want to build another one? I mean, I guess if we're going with that look, we have to. That's ridiculous. I didn't know they were so pricey. Can I put one here? I can. And they'll lock in too, which is awesome. So that gives us a little neighborhood. We can break out from there and connect to this part here, get the commercial flowing in, down and through. I kind of want to duplicate this on this side as well. That's $10,000, which is kind of crazy to think about. We are about ready to ding though, next level and get some more money. But we are going to unlock fire and police, and they're going to want that first. We got 5,000 left in our loan. We can't really make use of that at the moment. Second milestone though, we get to speed up the game a little bit, which is going to be advantageous for us. So here we go. Second Reworthy Village. We're gonna speed up all the way. This gives us access to fire trucks and police stations. Also gives us access to the $60,000 loan. We're sure gonna go ahead and take that right now. Build the police station here. I'm gonna leave that road open in case we want to use it for a bridge. And that gives us the freedom to build some more roundabouts because we're making income. So I want to come over here and do the same thing. We're gonna build this. Delete those two. Really? Why won't you snap there? Well, that is interesting. City Skylines sometimes never ceases to amaze me. This is one of these times. All right, that's gonna get cut off by the map, unfortunately. We're gonna make our own. If you want a quick tutorial on how to make your own, check out the channel. Do some research, look around, you might be surprised. So that's 280. So we're gonna come out 280. We're gonna go freeform tool. We're gonna go around to 400. 400. Like that. It's a little larger than the other one, but it's close enough. And then we'll do the same thing here. 280. 280. This one's gonna be a little smaller. We're not having a good time with that one. That's fine. These are also one way, so let's make sure we do that. That. Like that. Beautiful. We don't get a refund for those because we waited too long. We'll connect here. I'm gonna do freeform here and go around like that to get that connected. This is going to turn here and connect there. This is going to go out and around to there. We're just kind of taking some artistic liberties now. Getting the citizens to and from their jobs. And let's go. We have a commercial demand. Let's get water out here first. We have $58,000. So right now we can pretty much build whatever we want whenever we want. I want to put a pipe here. Kind of set the precedent for putting in water. I probably said that completely wrong. You guys are going to grill me in the comments. Let's get this out and about. And it looks nice and pretty. How's our electricity? Electricity is running low, so we're going to duplicate the same system we had over here. We got Tiny Town, which is great. We're going to continue zoning the way we want. We're gonna build commercial straight across here and around the curve all the way down here. And then I want to go down here and stop it right about there. So they're not gonna have power right here. They're gonna start complaining, which is fine. I'm gonna go marquee tool and we're gonna do all of these as houses. They're gonna start moving in. We have a residential demand. Don't do what I just did, by the way, when it comes to the zoning. What I did there was silly and quick-handed, and I shouldn't have done that. So we're gonna connect power there. That's gonna get the commercial going, get the citizens happy. We got parks. So we're gonna cheat again with our Paradox Plaza. If you want information on how to get this, check out my YouTube channel. You'll find it in there. Make these peeps happy all the way around the block. I guess I can put it... I want to put a bridge there. I said that like twice now and I haven't done it yet. We'll get to it eventually. And then we can put one here. Put a park there, a park there. We're doing it for future, that way we make them happy before they even get here. Plus we have the money to do it, so might as well go ahead and do it now. Oops, I took out that house by accident. Oh no! I'm a monster! I'm a monster! And there's everyone moving in. City is bumping. If we can get a power connection across this way, it would be even better. One way to do that is to use this wind turbine, because these run in the river and they use the water to help them out as well, because there's usually wind current down the river due to physics and science. So you can put one of those here, and that would put power here and there, which bridges the power connection, gets rid of the power line, and gets us one step closer to having an advantageous and beautiful city. We do have a power shortage though, so we need to take care of that right now. I'm gonna grab this power line, come across the way here, and then I gotta go up. That'll power that, and then we have to come down here and power them. That makes them happy. Let's go! And there's our city. So we're making money, people are happy, they're moving in, and this is a more advanced start, not necessarily the hardest way to start off with, but this is a way to get your city to rock and roll the way you want it to without too much trouble. So now your vehicles have a way in and out, come across. I do want to put a bridge here that might come across and connect on this side. Maybe we'll have it come across and curl around, and then we can do some commercial shenanigans there. But we're making plenty of money. We can start paying off loans if we want, and we can start having a very healthy forward motion with the city. So that's your medium start there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's not really much change you have to do with this. If you wanted to expand later, you can just run with this. This is a very neat style. Like I showed you the city skyline before, you can kind of see the smokestacks next to the place. It's nice and quiet over here. There's no worries about anything loud traffic-wise, and it makes for a nice and balanced city. Keep track of your RCI. Make sure you keep them going. Make sure that people aren't dumb and build out here when they need electricity, because you're gonna have to put power lines in weird places, and that causes headaches that you don't want to have, especially this early in the game. But beyond that, the rest of it's easy mode. Be sure to check out more videos on my YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. Ask any questions you have in the comments below. I don't mind answering them, and you can come by my Twitch stream. I stream City Skylines on Fridays and Saturdays pretty much, so you can come in at any time, check out what we're working on, say hello to the amazing community, and be sure to ask questions, because I'll stop what I'm doing and show you exactly what to do live, unmodded, almost all of the time. Appreciate all the time you give me. Thank you for this. Check out the harder tutorial. Go back to the beginner if you want some brush ups. Check out the rest of the videos we've got. We've got some playlists and some other cool stuff. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, be good, and I'll see you around. Thank you, and good night.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
Oh!
Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
Good thing that didn't happen during the tutorial, because I was just talking about how that destroys power lines.
A thunderstorm is battering the city.
It sure is.
Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
Watch it take out the power lines I just built. Oh, lightning rods back and forth. Nothing yet. I'm impressed. Oh, we got some destruction. Here comes the complaining. Maybe not, because we got the power plant up there and we got a power connection all the way down now. There goes the water, which means, we lost power. This is why thunderstorms suck and power lines are bad in City Skylines. Great. Good job, disaster. Good job.